It's becoming impossible to ignore the spin. While some pretend Caitlin Clark doesn't exist, fans know the truth. ESPN tried to make it seem like WNBA viewership was climbing, but the data tells a different story. They didn't show the 2024 All-Star numbers. Why? Because ratings dropped hard. Instead of being honest, they cherry-picked stats from 2023, before Clark went pro, just to show fake growth.
You went from a Motel 6 in a sketchy part of town to a 4 seasons in the shopping district. Stop talking.
Call this what it is: deception. ESPN got caught trying to rewrite history. After the 2025 WNBA All-Star Game saw a 36% drop from last year's viewership, falling from 3.4 million to just 2.2 million, they skipped over 2024 entirely. They compared it to 2023 instead, when numbers were already low, trying to manufacture a growth narrative that didn't exist.
The get-in price for the WNBA All-Star Game in Indianapolis has dropped 48%, from $121 all the way down to just $64 after news broke that Caitlin Clark...
Yes, the game had more viewers than 2023, but it was still down 40% from 2024. ESPN spun it as the second most watched ever, but conveniently left out the huge drop from last year. What makes it worse? The game was held in Caitlin Clark's home arena. This was supposed to be a historic celebration. Instead, her absence turned it into a PR disaster.
I can't imagine, folks, you know how many NBA players can get injured? And the prices would never drop to this low. LeBron James can be injured, Steph Curry could be injured, Kevin Durant could be in, and the prices still will not drop to be this low. $75? Folks, I'm sure there's some high school football teams down in Texas that charge you at least $75 to get to a home game.
There's no player in any...
Clark's injury sent shockwaves through the league. After she announced she wouldn't play, ticket prices dropped 48%, from $121 to just $64. That's not a small dip, it's a crash. Fans made it clear: no Caitlin, no interest. This wasn't just a TV issue, it was an economic collapse. The WNBA's fate, for better or worse, seems tied to one 23-year-old superstar.
Yes, I think, our sports culture, I think so many fans, feel they have the freedom to say whatever they want to us. And unfortunately, there's a lot of nasty things that come with it. At the end of the day, we're here doing our jobs, and they don't have people coming to their jobs saying these nasty things. So, we definitely have to protect the players better. It's unfortunate that it's come to this point, but I know we're going to continue to speak up about it, and we're just trying to play back.
ESPN's data games went further. They proudly said ratings were up 158% from 2023, but skipped 2024 entirely. That's like comparing apples to invisible oranges. Why the manipulation? Because without Clark, the numbers tank. And they're desperate to prove otherwise. But fans see through it. The damage was already done the moment she sat out.
It's less important than me or more important than me. We are all here to fight for the same thing and what we deserve. With basketball and WNBA is all I know. And this is the league I love so much. And we're not going to stop until we get exactly what we want. And yesterday's meeting really woke me up to the eyes of we aren't getting.
The boycott wasn't just in theory, it was real. Fans posted online about refunding tickets, canceling travel, and turning off their TVs. Even the Skills Challenge numbers were spun. Yes, 1.3 million watched, but that was due to better scheduling, not some magical rise in interest. Fans were still hoping Clark might show up. When she didn't, the interest vanished.
A long way to go. We're going to use this weekend to show our value and our worth and continue to be united because we do deserve more.
This is the brutal truth. Clark isn't just a player, she's the player. Take her away and the whole ecosystem shakes. Merchandise, ticket sales, local businesses, everything dropped. Hotels and shops in Indianapolis were hit hard. This wasn't just a player missing a game. It was the WNBA losing its heartbeat for one weekend.
Let's welcome the ninth official, making her second All-Star officiating, reaching the rivalries.
Caitlin's absence wasn't just felt, it exposed everything. Nafessa Collier scored 36 and won MVP, but barely anyone noticed. No buzz, no viral moments, no lift in ratings. That's a branding issue. The WNBA hasn't built another star with that kind of gravity. And pretending Clark isn't the anchor? That's just bad business.
Whoever told them to do this was a bad move. A bad move. Because when I will tell you, Fearbuck, Breaking 911, Barstool Sports, congratulations, Clown World picked you up. Hater Report, and about 25 others. This is now going viral. I mean, mega viral, and not in a good way. This backfired from a PR standpoint.
Even ESPN insiders couldn't stay quiet. Christine Brennan and Austin Karp called them out publicly, exposing the truth. Wherever Caitlyn goes, the numbers follow. And when she doesn't show, ratings collapse. ESPN can't hide behind slogans anymore. Real journalists are pushing back, and the facts are undeniable.
A grave miscalculation. They've got, on a 3-to-1 scale, they've got new sports fans, and I don't mean new to sports, new to their league. Fans of other sports now watching their league. The old fandom is the 1. All right, we're the 3, they're the 1. Now, we're not watching their whole sport as a whole. We're not. Now, occasionally we peek in on other games or this and that and the other, but we're watching the Indiana Fever. More specifically, we're watching Caitlin Clark. These players know that, and they hate it. And they can't even hide it.
The big miscalculation.
There are now 2 eras in the WNBA, pre-Clark and post-Clark. Comparing 2025 to 2023 makes no sense. She wasn't even in the league back then. The entire ecosystem changed when she arrived. Sponsors, fans, media, they're all watching because of her. Faking numbers doesn't change that.
I don't even know how to describe what the hell that was. Like, is embarrassment the basketball a reasonable explanation for that?
This isn't just about Clark. It's about fairness. WNBA players are fighting for better pay, and ratings are key leverage. If ESPN fakes growth, it weakens their case. Clark helped spike those numbers, but now they're being erased. It's not just deception, it's sabotage, and it undercuts the entire player movement.
Look at how many people left at halftime. Look at how many people left the game at halftime. In just the couple of hundred that you guys can see on screen. In just the couple of hundred you can see on screen, there is at least 20 seats missing in that area. From people just left at halftime. More there. This is 7 minutes going to third quarter. And there's all of these. And we'll skip through to the fourth quarter.
ESPN can twist TV ratings, but streaming platforms don't lie. Every click, every minute viewed, it's all tracked. And those metrics show steep drops without Clark. That data is brutally honest, and it proves how much the WNBA depends on her. ESPN knows this, and that's why they're hiding the truth. Clip 14. Let's call it what it is, ESPN and the WNBA F.A.F.O. D. They tried to play without Clark and act like everything was fine. It wasn't. The truth came fast, fans weren't watching. The All-Star game fell flat. The backlash is global. If ESPN can't be trusted with the basics, why should fans, players, or sponsors believe anything else they say?
WNBA fans, you showed up. Now you showed out. Make some noise.
Social media erupted with skepticism. ESPN posted about 158% growth, ignoring the real story. 1 million people stopped watching. If they were honest, they'd just say, 2.2 million watched. It was the second best ever. But yes, it was still a huge drop. Instead, they downplayed Clark and tried to artificially elevate others.